Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is Monday, September 15th, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today, especially concerning the tropics. We've got an area development out there in the Atlantic Ocean, 80% chance over the next 7 days of development there. We do expect this to develop as we go into the next 3 to 5 days, and I'll show you exactly where we're expecting this to go in the short term. The long term is still pretty uncertain. This is in the main development region of the Atlantic Ocean. We'll continue to monitor this. I don't think it's going to impact areas in the Caribbean. I do think it will curve out to sea farther or sooner than that. But farther out, the track is still pretty uncertain. I don't believe it will impact the East Coast, so we will need to continue to watch for those updates. Things can change very quickly in the tropical outlooks, like we've seen many times throughout this year. Things can change really quickly with systems. So we need to continue to check back for updates. We need to monitor the situation as the system continues to develop as we go into the next couple of days. We also have some severe weather to talk about today. That's why the lights are green, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at the severe weather probabilities as we go throughout today. We got two areas of concern today, two marginal risks of severe weather for two different areas in Dixie Alley. Pretty rare occasion that we're going to be seeing today. One of those is associated with a subtropical low that is right off the coast of the Carolinas today, specifically North Carolina. We have a marginal risk in parts of Virginia and North Carolina along the coast. A very small marginal risk, and not everybody along the coast of North Carolina is going to be seeing this. But most people along the coast of North Carolina are going to be seeing that rain and thunderstorm chance today. But that marginal risk is not for damaging winds or hail. It's actually a tornado risk. We do have a 2% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of any given point. That's just because of the tropical characteristics of this system. This did have a small chance of that we were watching as we go. We're still watching that as we go throughout the next couple of hours for the chance of some tropical development. This is going to be bringing some gusty winds, some tropical light conditions. There is no warning on this or anything, no tropical storm, no tropical depression by the National Hurricane Center, but it's going to feel just like a tropical storm or tropical depression for you guys along the coast. Got wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour some areas. Heavy rainfall, chance for a localized area getting a tornado or two. Water spouts definitely in play as we go throughout the day today just because of that low pressure system. If this was in warmer waters, if this was sitting off the coast for longer, there would be a chance for this to develop into some tropical depression or tropical storm. But we aren't looking at that. It's going to feel like that, though. No matter what, it's going to feel like a weak tropical storm for us along the coast. A lot of heavy rainfall. To be talking about that in just a minute. The flooding potential. Flooding rainfall definitely in play as we go throughout the day today. The other marginal risk we have is for parts of, this extends into Missouri, areas in central and northern Arkansas. But the areas we're concerned about is areas in southwestern portions of Tennessee and northwestern portions of Mississippi for the chance for some stronger thunderstorms today. Buildup of some moisture from the Gulf, from these tropical systems actually down in the Pacific, going to be driving a lot of that moisture that we're going to be seeing today. Some scattered thunderstorms could be strong. I'm not expecting much in the way of severe thunderstorms. We are already starting to see some of those big thunderstorms starting to develop. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some damaging winds out of those. Not expecting much hail, maybe some pea to nickel size, but not expecting much in the way of severe hail. 1 inch in diameter is possible in some areas, but not really expecting that. This is for a small area, at least in our viewing area. This is the larger marginal risk. There's a lot of areas going to be seeing some scattered stronger summertime thunderstorms today. The interesting one, though, is along the coast of North Carolina. I'll be talking about that in just a minute. But really quickly, before we move on, let's take a look at what the storms are looking like right now, what conditions are looking like across the Dixie Alley in forms of precipitation today. We do have some scattered showers and thunderstorms across areas in Missouri. Thunderstorms starting to build in areas like Arkansas, moving into areas like Mississippi. We don't yet at the moment when I'm recording this video have any thunderstorms in areas like Tennessee or Mississippi. But we'll start to see some of those develop there, we do believe. Scattered showers and thunderstorms expected across parts of Tennessee. We already have a few cells popping up in areas like northern Georgia. These won't be severe or strong by any means, just a few areas getting some downpours. The chances are very low for most areas in Dixie Alley getting in on some shower and thunderstorm activity today, except for those along the coast of North Carolina. We do expect lots of rainfall over the coming days across areas along the coast of North Carolina. We do expect this low pressure system not to go anywhere over the next couple of days. That's going to promote the chance for a lot of flooding as this moves inland. We will have the chance for some flooding, especially as you go farther to the west in areas like Raleigh, North Carolina, Rocky Mount, Roanoke Rapids, Elizabeth City along the coast, already getting some of that heavy rainfall today. And as we go throughout the rest of today, we will have the chance for some cells to move onshore and maybe produce a chance for a water spout, or maybe if those reach land for an isolated tornado or two. Not expecting this to be a big event, but we are going to see some tropical-like conditions no matter what, some gusty winds, some heavy rain across much of the coastline of North Carolina. So just be, ready for some, change in the plans. We didn't really expect this, to happen a few days ago. We didn't really expect some tropical system to be making landfall. Honestly, this does have the characteristics of a tropical storm, just like a sloppy tropical storm here. The gusty winds, no matter what, some heavy rainfall. I'll get to that flooding threat in just a minute. And by in just a minute, I meant in just a couple of seconds. We are talking about that flash flooding threat now. We do have a slight risk of flash flooding across parts of northeastern parts along the coast of North Carolina. Some flooding rainfall expected today, especially as we go into the evening and overnight hours as the system starts to move onto land. A lot of flooding rainfall expected as we go throughout the day today. And this won't end today. There is a chance for some flash flooding tomorrow, and I'll get to that in just a second. 15% chance of flash flooding within 25 miles of a point over here in northeastern portions of North Carolina. We do expect some tropical storm-like conditions. Heavy rainfall, gusty winds will lead to some flash flooding in some areas. Don't drive through flooded roadways. You don't really know how deep that ponding really is. And once again, like I said, it does not end there. We do have a chance, another risk for flash flooding tomorrow, only a marginal risk. But there's a chance this does get upgraded to a slight risk as well. I do expect this to stay in place. We were seeing some of those models showing some higher rain totals just like yesterday. I don't expect as much rain as some of the models were showing up to 8 inches. I don't expect that. Some areas locally along the coast may see that. We were expecting this to move farther inland, but now we aren't expecting as much rainfall, which is good. We don't need a lot of rainfall here, especially in North Carolina. Some of us have been dry, but some of us have been remaining pretty wet. We really don't need any of that flooding, especially from Hurricane Helene that we saw last year. We really do not need any more flooding rainfall to happen over here in the Carolinas. But, some abnormal rainfall amounts, if some of us across other parts of the Dixie Valley that have been so dry got this rain, we'd be happy about it. So once again, it will be keeping it cool down there, just some tropical conditions, like I said. Just be mindful of that flooding risk, and you should be all right. Here's a look at what some of the conditions could look like throughout the Dixie Valley as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. Here's a look at right now. We already see some showers and thunderstorms building in areas, especially in the Appalachian Mountains. Showers and thunderstorms from this low pressure system. You can see this off the coast of North Carolina. Showers and thunderstorms across much of the eastern coast of North Carolina. And then we got some showers and thunderstorms building as we go throughout the afternoon. Some of those could be strong, like I said, especially near the Memphis area of Tennessee and northern Mississippi. We could see some of those stronger showers and thunderstorms and we'll also start to see this low pressure system start to move more onto land. The highest potential for flooding will be as we go into the evening and overnight hours. This is by 3 a.m. A lot of us in especially northeastern parts of North Carolina getting a lot of rainfall as the system moves onshore. We are just getting started here across much of North Carolina, so those conditions will continue into the overnight and even into the early morning hours where we expect the most flooding rainfall. Just be mindful as you go off to work in the morning. There could be some flooded roadways, some blocked traffic. Make sure that you guys are being mindful of that and not driving through flooded roadways. Be mindful of the signs there. But as we go throughout the day, that rain will start to clear off and move farther off to the west. Areas like Raleigh, North Carolina, getting in some of that heavy rain as we go throughout the day tomorrow. That's when you guys will see that. The rain will start to clear up, though, as we go into the coming days, as we go into September 17th. This would be by Wednesday. As we go into midweek, a few showers and thunderstorms maybe popping up across parts of, a few areas getting some showers and thunderstorms across the Dixie Valley. We're in that dry period right now. Most of us really not seeing any rain. Any of us who do see rain, it's a low chance unless you're down here in Florida. Scattered daily chances of rain like we've been seeing all month and throughout all of August, we've been seeing the chances of rainfall. That will start to lower, though, as we go deeper into this week. That we don't expect as much shower and thunderstorm activity, but there's always a chance, especially with all the, tropical conditions that we are seeing right now across areas like Florida. All right, shifting gears a little bit now, let's take a look at the tropics. We have the updated forecast from the National Hurricane Center here. You can see this big red area. High chances of development now. The Storm Prediction Center has just upgraded this to 90% chance. That is almost as high as you can get. There is basically the National Hurricane Center is saying there's only a 10% chance that this system doesn't develop over the next 7 days. So very high likelihood this thing develops. 50% chance over the next 48 hours. We do expect this to develop into a tropical system, tropical storm at the least, but eventually become a hurricane as it moves off to the northwest. Little update that we've been seeing in a lot of the models. We do expect this to turn as we go throughout the next couple of hours off to the north and west, make that curve a little bit. But we do expect high pressure to start to build once again here up to the north and continue and push this farther off to the west. It will move to the north and west for a little bit, but then we do expect this to kind of straighten out and move off to the west, which it does raise a little bit more concern for the U.S. Once again, it's still like 2 weeks out there before this would even get even close to the U.S. if this happens. So once again, tropics very hard to forecast. Still a lot to go. The system hasn't even developed yet, so I'll be watching it very closely. But we were talking about the potential landfall in the United States of that other system that we were thinking was going to become Gabrielle, and it never even developed into anything at all. That dry air sucked all the moisture out of it, and it became nothing. We do expect this to have a higher chance of developing. We do expect conditions to be more favorable. We do expect this to possibly become a hurricane eventually as it moves into the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Everything else out there is, don't let anybody tell you this is going to crash into land or anything, become anything big at all, because we really don't know yet. It's just some of the models. We're just trying to get more of a grasp as this develops. Once it develops and starts moving, starts building a track on this, we'll start to see, we'll have more of an idea of where this is going to go. But once again, like I said, dozens of times, tropics are very hard to forecast. It's very hard to forecast even a couple of days out. There are so many adjustments that are made to forecast tracks of tropical systems every day. So I'm continuing to monitor this. I'll let you know if something looks concerning. But for right now, things are all clear, especially across the United States. But with that being said, the one thing that is going to remain the same, the thing that's the main story that we are continuing to see across the Dixie Valley is that buildup of above average temperatures. We do expect above average temperatures to remain the big story across much of the U.S. and barely any areas that are going to be seeing below average temperatures as we go throughout the next 6 to 10 days, besides areas that get some of that rain. Areas in central and southern Florida actually on the lower end of the spectrum. We haven't really seen that. Still expecting to see above average temperatures, but we will see more abundance of rainfall. That could lead to some cooling off of those temperatures. Areas that won't hit some of those higher temperatures throughout the day. Areas we do expect to be the target points throughout the Dixie Valley for those higher temperatures would be areas like southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, but most of us are going to be remaining a lot hotter than average throughout much of the month of September. We don't expect this heat to go anywhere at all. The one thing that will change a little bit, we have been seeing those drier conditions. We do expect a change in that as we go into the next 6 to 10 days. We do expect some more rainfall to start to build across areas in the central and northern Dixie Valley. So that's something we can start to look forward to. The only area that's really not going to be above average is over here in the north, very far on New England, northeast, over here in areas like Maine and New Hampshire, down there through Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And even then, it's really not a big area. So most of us just staying above average with our temperatures, just temperatures we normally see throughout the month of September. Just don't be spending too much time outside. It's going to be hot. The heat is going to persist. But once again, just continue to be checking back for updates. I do believe fall is coming soon. Fall is right around the corner. We will start to see those cooler temperatures start to come in. It's just a matter of time. But for right now, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video and supporting the channel. I try to post videos every single day. The last couple of days have been quiet. That's why I haven't really posted a video. But it looks like a more active period coming ahead. So I'll continue to keep you updated, especially with the tropics. As this tropical system starts to develop, I'll have a more firm grasp on what's going to happen with this. But tropics are, once again, still very hard to forecast. But I'll try to keep you updated. If anything looks concerning for the U.S., I'll be the first to let you know. No severe weather expected except for today. Some scattered water spouts and maybe an isolated tornado or two expected across parts of northeastern portions of North Carolina. A few scattered showers and thunderstorms that could be on the stronger side in areas around Memphis, Tennessee. But other than that, areas remaining pretty dry except for areas in Florida and once again, most of us remaining pretty hot. Once again, that's all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.